No salutations needed. My exalted status shall not be disclosed as we travel among the common folk. I acknowledge that you are a person of superior ability. Henceforth, you will be my guard. Worry not. Should any danger arise, I shall dispose of it. Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever. The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory. All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging. Rainfall alone does not constitute a storm. Thunder is required. Oh, dear me. That didn't frighten you, did it? After all, you are in the presence of the most supreme and terrifying incarnation of lightning in the whole of Tevat. The winter shogun approaches. Clear skies can do nothing to hide the brilliance of lightning. Divine bolts can strike even in the absence of rain. Do you see that tree? Wait, you understand? So, demonstration is not required. Good. Yawning without covering your mouth. Uncouth. I will pardon your rudeness this time. Good morning to you, too. Time for dessert. What? Why not? What do you mean entrees come first? They were only indulging me because I am the shogun? Huh. Interesting. Do you wish to know the truth about the shooting stars at night? They are but fleeting moments of luminosity. You used to be one of them? Oh, are you a Tengu warrior? I command the thunder in all corners of the world to cease. Rest well tonight. Thunder's roar and lightning's flash, so ephemeral. This is why reaching eternity is desirable. Actually, no. This is why reaching eternity is necessary. Erosion is a terrible thing. This body's purpose is to withstand wear and tear, that the one within might achieve eternity. I declare you my chamberlain. In other words, according to my judgment, you are useful to the shogunate and loyal to me. Despite serving as my guard during this journey, you need not shield me from danger. The shogun's constitution is rather robust, and in the event she does break down, we can simply get a replacement. In an emergency, just send her into the fray. The Inazuman arts of polearm and sword combat, as well as the blade forging process itself, primarily originated with me. Since then, they have branched out and blossomed into a variety of techniques according to each master's individual aptitude. What would you say to another sparring session? If you emerge unscathed again, I'll let you found your own martial arts tradition in Inazuma. The drive to advance and evolve in the martial arts is truly unstoppable. Really? So in all this time, no new electrovisions have appeared in the outside world? Well, what I can say on this topic is subject to certain constraints, but it is not by my will that visions are granted or denied. The key is people's desire, and, well, there's another side to it too. No, I have nothing to share with you at this time. But you use elemental energy without the aid of a vision. How is this possible? Please enlighten me. Her body may have perished, but she became the sacred Sakura. This, too, is a form of eternity. That girl. She used to be the kind of person who could easily be swayed with some fried tofu. It's a relief to see how shrewd and resourceful she's now become. Still, I have to admit that I was a little upset to become the target of her scheming myself. I know it was for my own good, but I'm afraid she will mock me the next time we meet. Perhaps I should take the initiative and strike her first. She'll dodge it anyway. Kamisato. one of the most distinguished clans in all of Inazuma. Despite Ayato's trickery in regard to the Tri-Commission's affairs, he is nevertheless a loyal subject. His past misdeeds shall be excused. Kamisato. One of the most distinguished clans in all of Inazuma. Huh? That's exactly what the Shogun said? Well, Ayaka's also well-versed in the art of the sword. A loyal and righteous subject, and an accomplished warrior. She is worthy to be called a hero. With an air of such great promise, the future prosperity of the Kujo clan is assured. Who? Ah, the firework maker. A manufacturer of fleeting illusions, enamored with the realm of fantasy and imagination, but a subject of mine nonetheless. Fireworks were released on Tenryou Commission property? By whom? Her? I can't deny that I am somewhat culpable in the events that led to him being almost stripped of his vision, but I rather think the Shogun should be the one to extend a formal apology to him. Okay, fine. I'll give it some more thought. Indeed, it was I who slew Orobashi. But I also allowed the people of Sangonomiya to continue worshipping it as the Watatsumi Omikami, so that it might enjoy their offerings. Now, Sangonomiya has destroyed the local Narukami shrine and rebels against the shogunate. As the divine priestess representing the Watatsumi Omikami, she must be held accountable. He came about as a byproduct of creating the shogun. Perhaps it's because I feel like I owe him something, but I do not wish to assert control over him. Who? I had an opportunity to feast with him once, back when I was just a Kagemusha attending a gathering of the gods. So he's made his choice. Be that as it may, I don't believe his story is anywhere near finished yet. So the Anemo Archon still goes by that name among mortals these days. Truth be told, from the very first moment I met him, I could somehow sense that we were not going to get along. Also, he sure can drink a lot. I admire her humility. It is a sign of true wisdom. With the power she holds, Buer is capable of doing many things beyond our wildest imaginations. And yet, she uses her power only to right wrongs and to protect. She is a truly gentle god. State your query. To the point. On stormy days, the people of Inazuma chant Kuwabara, Kuwabara, believing that this will protect themselves from being struck by lightning. You need not worry about any storm summoned by my own hand. They will bring you no harm. Lightning storms that occur naturally, however, can be more unpredictable. The account given in the book, Treasured Tales, is largely an accurate one. At that time, she was preoccupied with various domestic matters within the island, so as her Kagemusha, I assumed her identity and joined the troops dispatched to pacify Watatsumi. After this point, however, the story turns into mere wishful thinking. Back then, I was just a martial artist wrapped up in all the fighting, not a social reformer or a moral leader. Perhaps my pursuit of eternity is nothing more than a form of escapism. In the end, the path I took was like that of a turtle who hides in its shell. Still, turtles have always been a symbol of longevity. Perhaps in order to reach eternity, one has to follow their example. I'm fearful because of what I witnessed 500 years ago. Her demise and that thing. But if it were you, everyone would be safe. You would have saved the world. Just like I cherish the memories of everything in Inazuma. If you remember me, I'll live forever. Foolish question. There are only two kinds of things. Those that must be done, and those that must not. Don't try and get me to cook. I can take care of anything else, but not that. Oh, don't listen to the Shogun. Desserts. Cavities are no big deal. You can just replace your teeth. Anyway, I just don't see how desserts can pose a serious obstacle to my pursuit of eternity. Foolish question. There are only two kinds of foods. Those that must be consumed to nourish the body, and those that harm it. A familiar flavor. Acceptable. Leave it here, and I shall sample it. Consuming this would be physically detrimental. Remove it from my presence. Delicious. I feel much better after that. Thank you. Doesn't look too bad. How did you make it? Allow me to decline. Is today the day of your creation? Return to the city with me. I will read out a speech for you in front of all my attendants. Embarrassing? Understood. Happy birthday. Let's celebrate together and make it a moment to remember for the whole year until your next birthday celebration, and so on and so forth. Then, you shall have an eternity of happiness. The initial stage of my journey, or shoden, involves learning the 9-way sword slash and the foundations of the art of the polearm. There is no great variation from other traditions at this point. Or rather, it is the other traditions that do not differ from mine. At the intermediate stage of my journey, or chuden, the art of the sword focuses on the study of various stances and transitions. The art of the polearm, slashes and backslashes. The final stage of my journey, or kaiden, is the study of the most profound techniques. Unavoidably, these draw heavily on elemental power, rendering them beyond the capabilities of most mortals. Most practitioners of other traditions are unable to ever reach this level. The profoundest of the profound is the Muso no Hitotachi, a sword art without parallel in all the world. With you as my sparring partner, I can perfect that technique even further. Shine down! There is no escape! Illusion shattered! Torn to oblivion! Now you shall perish! Inazuma shines eternal! Take them. I have no need, but a momentary distraction. Transcend all constraints. Erase all threats. Remove all obstacles. Fall back and await my orders. Step aside. The mortal plane, a fleeting dream, detached from the world. The thunder falls silent. Insolent. Absurd. What is the situation? Stay close and you will live. The campaign begins.
You smell nice. Let's hunt. I smell rabbit. I'm hungry. Let's hunt. I keep watch. You leave, you call me. If you're scared of lightning, hide now. Avoid the trees. Follow me. Wind. I like the wind. The wind bites hard. The sun is up. Time to hunt. I had a big lunch. Lots of meat. I'm happy. Go to sleep. I watch the moon. You sleep now. I keep watch. I have no human family. I am a wolf. You are my friend. We can hunt together. I have iron claws and teeth of thunder. I protect you. Vision helps Razor. Fight with lightning tooth. Protect Lupikal. I like the stars at night. So many stars. In the sky, in the lake, and in the city. The wolves are my Lupikal. My family. Lisa Lightning makes the sky black. She is strong. She is scary. Shining Barbara is a good child. Very good child. Diluc is red and black, hot and cold. Razor doesn't know poems, but Lupikal likes them. Bennett, much talking. Eat with him, never full. Clee, friend. Friend, but big hassle. Varka? Razor doesn't know. Oh, Varka is a name. That man big. Big Steel Claw, Razor's name. Varka gave him. Oh, want to see him. You smell kind. Do you like meat? You are strong, like a wolf. I like to hunt with you. We catch a lot. Lupakal means wolf home. No, Lupakal means wolf family. My Lupakal lives in the woods. They say I am their Lupakal. My Lupakal is my only family. But I don't have 4 legs, not like them, because I'm not a real wolf. Sometimes this makes me sad. When I run with you, when I hunt with you, I am happy. With you, I am not a wolf. I am not a boy. I am just me. I am Razor, because you are my friend. You are my Lupakal. I hope you feel happy too. I like Lupakal. I like the woods. I like my friend. I like to run. Talking makes me tired. Talking is hard, but I have to try. I like meat, and I like potatoes. Greens are bad. Animal eats green things, then I eat animal. Smells good. Also, tastes good. I like it. Eating this gives me energy, makes me happy. Eating it bad. Not eating it also bad. I'm a bit sad. Today is your day. You were born on this day, many moons ago. I want to make you happy today. Can we eat meat together? Arms bigger. Sharpen claws, sharpen teeth. Become stronger. Run, hunt. No, must become stronger. Teeth, claws, legs, all bigger, all stronger, to protect you. Get back! Ah! Yeah! Keep back! Ah! These things useful? Empty chest, good for storage. Smell of treasure, strange. I kill you. No! Wake up! Can't breathe. Take me back. Lupical, my Lupical. I taste blood. I'll scout ahead. We're going to hunt. I'll watch your back.
Listen, disciple. If you've got a problem you can't handle, then I'm the one for the job. But if you're looking for prayer, you'd better find some other sister. Huh? You're not a disciple? Don't we have a job to do? Everything is negotiable, except overtime. Work hard and live each day to the fullest. That is what life in Mondstadt is all about, isn't it? This will slow things down. What a nuisance. We should keep moving, but watch your step in the snow. Blessings from the Animo Archon Barsabedo. Wait, no, it's Bartopus? Good morning. I've missed morning mass, haven't I? It starts too early anyway. I'd say I sleep even better in the afternoon sun. You should try it sometime. Good evening. Don't expect to see me at prayer tonight, and don't ask why. Go ahead, take a break. I'll handle things here. Me? I'm just another ordinary person. Church, work, I just do what I have to do. Each of the sisters is worse than the next. If it's not about prayer, then it's about choir or some other thing I'm supposed to participate in. I'm trying to stay out of sight, so don't you dare tell them you saw me here. Perhaps a god has the power to protect everyone if they would choose to do so, but that would never happen. Otherwise, people suffering couldn't ever be taken seriously. Pray, not for the gods nor the betterment of others, but for yourself. Don't overdo it. Let me take care of the dirty work. A vision. Could be proof of strength, or a medal for having survived. Who knows? There are 2 sides to every coin. I won't limit my vision with ceremonies and definitions. It witnesses me, and I witness it. That's all. You don't always know why good things happen, or why we should be happy about them. But if you ever face a problem too big to handle, don't give up hope. You never know. Someone may be there to help, even if you can't see them. I take no interest in plant life and the sort, but the dandelion is an exception. How such a simple flower could turn into such a delectable wine is beyond me. A glass of dandelion wine after work is even better than sleeping in on Sunday. Isn't it obvious? There's more than meets the eye to that rich tycoon. He's confident yet discreet, and even a little bit dangerous. Wine has its uses, like revealing someone's true colors, for example. Smooth talk is Kaya's veil, but being me, I can see right through it. You should see him when he's drunk. There's something extremely interesting about this bard. I can't quite put my finger on it. There's something that makes him different from the others in Mondstadt. Barbara is like a thorn in my side, always nagging me about mass and choir practice. I wouldn't be surprised if Sister Victoria specifically asked her to keep an eye on me. She's not only competent in her own work, but also somehow manages to clear up various matters for others. Now that's a woman who deserves admiration. He's like an oil painting you find hanging on the wall in some ancient hall. Profound, mysterious, hard to see through. But what can I say? I find people with stories interesting. Although I deplore those who play truant on a job, I respect her punctuality when it comes to closing up for the day. Trouble and lots of it. Although it is sort of a cute kind of trouble. I'm sure Varka means well, but his long-winded conversations get real old real quick. Although he does really care for those around him, doesn't he? Father? I'm not familiar with the word. You could say that I don't have one. Could also say I have many, too. What's it to you? Let's forego the formalities. I'm here to finish a job. Just leave the dirty work to me. What's weird about a sister without reverence for the gods? There are hunters who don't eat pork and fishermen who don't eat fish, aren't there? Just because you do something doesn't mean you love to do it. That's how every job goes. This year's dandelion wine is sinfully good. Care for a glass? Mondstadt is a beast of light, both old and young. Old in the sense that it constantly requires someone's protection, yet too young to ever survive on its own. That's why there's people like me. I care for Mondstadt just as the other sisters care for the believers. We are all guiding that which we love onward on the path towards freedom. Huh? Why do I call it a beast of light? Because people like myself can only be found in the dark. I sometimes feel that my former selves from years past still exist alongside me, urging me on. I'm sure you know the feeling too. Even if you decide to venture down a new path, don't just abandon the former you, for that is the foundation upon which you now take footing. Do not fear your past, and do not be scared to come to grips with it. There are some troubles that only a stiff drink can take away. That being said, I never get drunk. Definitely skipping next month's choir concert, but I bet Sister Victoria will be personally taking roll. What a nuisance. Have you ever tried beef bourguignon? Big chunks of meat with the smooth taste of alcohol. It's delectable. You mean I'm supposed to dip this hash brown in jam? Ugh, this is sacrilege. It seems that our tastes are aligned when it comes to food. At least I'll be able to eat my fill with this. Do you really like this food? Today's your birthday, so if you have any dirty work that needs taking care of, I can give you a hand. Just don't tell anybody, got it? Just what I needed. You have a job for me? I've got time. Good. Getting stronger means finishing jobs quicker. I'm no stranger to spilling blood, but never have I possessed such power before. For such blessings, I give you thanks. Yeah! Judgment! You can't run! Punishment! Shiver! Lights out. There are a few interesting trinkets here. I suppose it wasn't too much trouble. That felt, pretty good. Things are getting interesting. Looks like overtime today. So you know your stuff, huh? Let me handle this. Don't try to be a hero. At least, no more work. Maybe this is just fate's dark design. Is this my final job? I see how it is. Ugh, what a nuisance. I hear you've got a job for me. Make sure to keep up. Sooner we're done, the better.
Yae Publishing House has released numerous works that lay out military strategy in a simple and pragmatic way. Those are my favorite. Respect must be given to the will of every creature. Each fish in the ocean swims in its own direction. To survive hardship, you must prepare for hardship. I am Sangonomiya Kokomi, the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island. My journey with you will be an opportunity to unwind. To survey beyond our borders. Don't worry, I have left behind ample directives in my absence and have also completed the island's projected development plans. Departing for a brief period will be of little consequence. Marching in the rain conceals the sound of our arrival, but is also a test of stamina. The snow. Have you ever seen such beauty? Such fortunate weather. Care for a walk? High winds. An incendiary attack would be particularly effective. Good morning. I've just read a fascinating stratagem. Would you like to study it together? To improve efficiency, we must make some adjustments to our battle plan for the afternoon. Night already? Time seems to slip away when I'm with you. Good night. Garner your strength for the battles ahead. The battlefield is unpredictable. One false move could mark utter defeat. Before the onset of battle, I bring every possible scenario into consideration and turn my thoughts into written directives. These are then issued to the troops. It does seem at present like they're somewhat over-reliant on the directives, which worries me. If they read up on military strategy themselves, they could begin to rely on their own ability to read the battlefield. I need them to be able to identify and seize opportunities in the heat of the moment. I hope we can put an end to this battle quickly. The Yae Publishing House has just released a new volume of A Legend of Sword. I'd like nothing more than to curl up with a copy in my room and read it front to back. My mother once taught me that it takes a broad outlook to become a qualified leader. However, my younger years were mostly spent traveling between Sangonomiya and the army. I never had time to embark on my own adventure. So, there are many aspects of adventuring that I've yet to fully understand. You'll have to excuse my lack of experience in this area. It's said that the depths of a person's heart run deep indeed. Yet, as the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island, it is my duty to strive to understand each person's thoughts. Let's start with you, traveler. What are you thinking about now? Let me take a guess. In my book, visions are symbols of aspiration. And aspiration is a precious thing indeed. This is exactly why the resistance was formed, to oppose the Vision Hunt decree. Aspiration should never be abandoned or forcibly taken away. Among Yae Publishing House's various publications, my personal favorite is the Tivat Art of War. See, it has articles on classic military campaigns as well as detailed analysis and commentary from famous strategists. There are a few that I particularly enjoy. Here, let me read them to you. The world below water is not bright and sunny like that of dry land. Still, whenever I lend myself to the deep, my heart gradually fills with a permeating sense of peace. Fish move in faraway shoals, jellyfish dance around me, and my troubles start to simply wash away. I could take you to see it sometime. What do you think? I simply love Watatsumi Sango pearls. They're not just a source of income for Watatsumi Island, but a gift from the sea itself. Goro is an exceptional general, sincere, determined, and courageous. He has a strong camaraderie with the troops and is able to come up with creative battle plans. He does, however, have one shortcoming. He often lets the excitement of battle get to his head. If you are ever deployed to the battlefield together, be sure to have a good rein on him when things get underway. I must admit, Kujo-Sara is an opponent that cannot be taken lightly. She seldom employs cunning strategy, but her performance in open warfare is always admirable. The Shogun's army places great trust in her abilities. They are united and ready to fight valiantly under her command, even to the death. Her forces have been a serious threat to the resistance on multiple occasions. I have also heard of Gujiya's great deeds. In all fairness, I hold her to be an outstanding shrine maiden, and she has performed her duties marvelously. I even heard that she holds responsibility where Yae Publishing House's light novels are concerned. An enigmatic individual, to say the least. Now that the Vision Hunt decree is over, Watatsumi Island has once again returned to normal life. It has never been my intent to scrutinize the rights and wrongs of the Shogun's actions, even to this day. What I do care about is the future of our island. It is my hope that the Shogun will fulfill her promise, and that we can live with the Shogunate in peace. However, if there comes a day when she once again casts aside the aspirations of the people, I can assure you that we won't sit by and watch. Back when Beidou and I were carrying out ambushes against the Shogun's army together, I raised my concerns that the enemy might detect our approach. But Beidou assured me of her fleet's unwavering discipline, and that raids could be carried out without detection. In the end, she was right, and that's exactly what happened. Now, every time the Watatsumi fleet encounters some sort of bottleneck, I consider inviting her to come and give them her instruction. There's no doubt she runs a tight ship. Kazuha once came and bunked with the Resistance for a time. If I'm not mistaken, he got along very well with Goro. They would often fight side by side in battle. Kazuha has a carefree personality and doesn't like constraints, but he would follow every command to the letter when he was among our ranks. In my opinion, not only is he an outstanding swordsman, but a very refined character. Initially, I was astonished to see anyone coming to Watatsumi Island wearing a Tenryou Commission uniform. A Tenryou Commission samurai would never be that brazen, and a Tenryou Commission spy would never be that conspicuous. Shortly after, I discovered that he was a self-proclaimed detective by the name of Shikanoin, and that he took no interest in military, government, or commercial affairs. Instead, he seemed to have arrived for a bit of sightseeing. As such, I set a few eyes on him, but refrained from taking any action to remove him from the island. Be sure to talk to him if the chance ever presents itself. No matter how pressing the situation may become, I must remain composed. If I let the stress get to me, then what can I expect from others around me? Legend has it that our ancestors lived in a palace in the depths of the ocean, and that the god, Orobashi, brought us to the surface. I've often wondered, wouldn't a palace like that be too dark? Every time I think about it, I start to really appreciate the light. After you left, the soldiers of Swordfish 2 nominated a temporary captain, but everyone was hoping that you'd return. I could only tell them that you'd been tasked with an important solo mission. If you get the chance, you should go visit them. I'm sure they'd love to see you. A long time ago, I had no intention of becoming the Divine Priestess. My only goal was to study military strategy and become an advisor. That way, I could remain behind the scenes and lessen my overall burden. Fate had other ideas in store. You can't defy that which flows in your veins. After becoming the Divine Priestess, I gradually grew accustomed to this life. At the very least, I have the power to change something when it doesn't sit well with me. Well, more importantly, this title allowed me to meet you, did it not? Huh? What do I enjoy? Simple. I like to find a quiet place by myself and read books on strategy. The whole day, without interruption. Well, I'd be even happier if we looked over some of it together. One thing though, you'd have to sleep on the floor. To be quite honest, I'm not particularly skilled at communicating with others. Putting on my divine priestess air certainly makes things easier, but once I run out of energy, I start to get a bit negative. I prevent others from seeing that side of me at all costs. The people of Watatsumi Island need a perfect leader, not some girl who likes to while away her time at home. I just love eating bird egg sushi. The ingredients are easy to find, and it's simple to prepare. Perfect for military life. Sitting down to eat bird egg sushi in the midst of war might seem a bit extravagant, but in most cases, simple food like this brings great satisfaction to the soldiers. If I had to say, I'm not fond of any sort of seafood. But please, keep this strictly confidential. The fishing industry is essential to Watatsumi Island, and if word were to get out that seafood wasn't my thing, I'm afraid morale would be gravely affected. Yummy! This is delicious, and it seems my energy is also... never mind. I like to take my time and eat slowly. That way I can enjoy it for longer. Ugh. It seems we're at an impasse. Happy birthday! So, what are your plans for the day? Oh, why don't we celebrate on Watatsumi Island? First, I'll take you out at daybreak to see the sunrise. Then we can go diving during the heat of the day. In the evening, we can go for a stroll around Sangonomiya Shrine. If it rains, we'll find somewhere cozy to hide out with a few strategy books and try to bake a cake together. In any case, no need to plan anything. The Grand Strategist has everything thought out for you. Brute force is not my modus operandi. But becoming stronger isn't a bad thing. I'm just bubbling with energy. We'll make a formidable force in our next fight. The moon shines bright over the depths of the seas as the tides come and go. It seems that as I go from strength to strength, so does my state of mind flow. I often used to succumb to self-doubt. I would think to myself, can a person like me really hold the title of Divine Priestess? Now, the thought hardly crosses my mind. When I'm with you, I seem to be able to cut straight through most problems. Allow me! Hold the line! Rest and rebuild! Covenant of the deep! Billowing surge! Torrents bring refuge! Let's move out. Breathtaking. Provisions are vital. We should make the most of these supplies. So this is the thrill of adventure. Fatigue is setting in. Time to switch tactics. Foresight brings victory. Reinforcements have arrived. Fall back. New strategy needed. A lapse in judgment. Must learn from my mistakes. A brash maneuver. Uphill battle. We'll need a strategy. Take heart. Victory will be ours. All is accounted for. Let's move out.
Sayu, Shumatsuban at your disposal. Phew. But if you don't need me right now, I'm gonna grab some sleep. Nope, no need to tuck me in. I need the extra room to grow into. Seems like I should have just stayed in bed today. Surely I should be due a growth spurt by now. Let's find shelter, quick! Watering works on plants, but not people. Phew, this weather is wild. Best thing to do is dive under the covers where it's dark and snug and warm and It's really easy to hide in weather like this. There's this ninjutsu technique called Cloak Snow, where you can pretty much make yourself invisible. All other people see when they look at you is the snowflakes dancing in the air. Wait, it's confidential though. Don't tell any of this to the Shrine Maiden. Love it when the weather's like this. Just makes you wanna doze off for a while. A windy day is a good day for a getaway. I always know it's time to get some shut-eye when the wind's so strong that I can't open my eyes anyway. Morning? Already? Okay, I'm just gonna snooze for like 10 more minutes. Please, just 10 minutes. No? Okay, 5 minutes then? Is it noon yet? Finally, I'm so ready for my nap. Recon confirms. No sign of the Shrine Maiden within a 3-mile radius. Moving to the next phase. Sleepy time. At long last. Bedtime. Good night. Yeah, I'm in the Shimatsuban, but they only ever get me to do stuff like information gathering and stealing. So, it's not really a big deal if the work doesn't get done. So I don't do any important work at the Shimatsuban, and anything that gets put off for long enough ends up getting done by someone who's more suited to it anyway. Sleep, on the other hand, that is of the utmost importance. Because I need to get enough sleep to make sure I get my growth spurt. Hey, will you do me a favor and let me know if you see the Shrine Maiden coming? I'm just gonna, rest my eyes for a moment. I'm not a pet, you know. But since it's you... Okay, you can pat my head, and I promise not to bite your hand. Just a little, though. If you pat someone's head too much, it stunts their growth. My sword is crazy heavy. Even with my ninjutsu training, there's no way I could lift it without the help of my vision. So, yeah, having a vision is a huge help for me. Sensei says I'll be the last ninja ever in our line. I guess it can't be helped, because this style of ninjutsu wouldn't be much help in a fight anyway. All I've been taught is how to escape and how to cover your tracks. Do you know the Mujina? It looks similar to a tanuki, but it's way cuter. I'll take you to see one next time. As the eldest daughter of the Kamisato clan, she always looks very graceful and elegant. But she got one of the Shrine Maidens to keep tabs on me and make sure I don't slack off. Why would she do that? Sometimes, when I'm taking a rest up in a tree, I overhear the Shrine Maidens talking about him. Sounds like he's pretty important and super busy most of the time. I don't get it, though. It's only work, or whatever, so why doesn't he just not do it? He's got a vision, and yet for some reason he pesters me about learning ninjutsu every time I run into him. I don't know what his deal is. It's not like I'd have the time to teach him anyway. I barely get enough sleep as it is. Every time she sees me, she says, Hey, little Tanuki, let's go hang out at the festival. Firstly, I'm not a Tanuki. Secondly, I don't want to go to a festival. Thirdly, she says she wants to hang out. But really, she just wants me to do a ninjutsu performance during the fireworks show. That's not even related to my work for the Shumatsuban. Her Excellency? Definitely not someone I'd ever get to meet. If you've got questions, maybe Miss Ayaka's the person to ask. She's always patting me on the head. I've never bitten her, though, or even said anything, because I'm frightened of how she'd react if I stood up to her. But what am I gonna do? Because if she keeps on patting my head, I'm gonna get stuck at this height forever. Why does he have to make such a racket? And how did he get so tall? Doesn't ring a bell. What? Arataki Ito's little sidekick? Ugh. Well, she's definitely gotta be a sleep disturbance then. Birds of a feather flock together. One time, when I woke up from an afternoon nap, I felt something warm against my back. I turned around and saw a cat curled up fast asleep. You wouldn't believe this. It had not only one, but two fluffy tails. I almost fell from the tree in surprise. Is this some form of ninjutsu too? Huh? You wanna know the name of my style of ninjutsu? You know what? I can't think straight right now. I'm still half asleep here. Let me snooze a while longer. Maybe my mind will be clear when I wake up. Alright, fine. I'll tell you. But you'd better not laugh, or I'm never talking to you again. So, my style of ninjutsu is called, Yuhu art. The reason is supposedly that our style focuses on making fun of the enemy. But still, I mean... Do you know how to climb trees? I'm an expert. I can teach you. There's this tree down at the shrine. It's the perfect place. You could just literally sleep there all day if you wanted, and no one would ever find you. I just mean, it's a great place for a power nap. Next time you want to take a nap, let me know. I'll take you there. It was actually Sensei who gave me this outfit. They said it was modeled after the Mujina, and it could help with escapes or something. And then Sensei said that I was all grown up and ready to go it alone, but that I should still be careful to protect myself. Then they left me. Am I really ready to go it alone at my height? You'll keep me company? Really? Promise you won't leave me? When I put my hood on, I can snooze away to my heart's content without having to worry about the Shrine Maiden finding me. I think it must be one of the best feelings in the whole world. For some reason, when people meet me for the first time, they always call me Tanuki, or Teddy Bear, or Kitty Cat. But Sayu is just Sayu, and definitely not a Tanuki. When is my growth spurt gonna come? Everyone my age is practically twice my height, and I'm still... Ugh, enough. I need sleep. Sleep is the answer. Good night. Recently, someone told me that if you get annoyed too easily, that'll stunt your growth too. I don't know what I can do about that. High-carb foods that give you instant energy, like rice balls. If you eat one the moment you wake up, it stops you feeling so groggy and bleary-eyed. Then, you can just relax and get straight back to sleep. can't be picky about food when you've still got growing to do. That said, I haven't gained any height recently. Maybe I'm not eating enough vegetables? But salad isn't filling enough, and sometimes it can be really bitter. Ugh. I'm so full. Time for a nap. If you eat enough of this, it makes you really sleepy. Ugh. Uh-oh. Need an escape plan. Wanna learn some ninja skills? I can teach you. Well, only the skills I know, of course. Why aren't I asleep? Because I'm not sleepy. And also because today is a special day. I had to stay awake today, so I'd have the chance to say it to you in person. Happy birthday! Is it just me? Or did I get a little taller? Awesome! Now I can slip away faster than ever. They can't catch me now. Hey, thanks for going and gathering all those materials for me. I would have gone myself, but I probably would have got about halfway before falling asleep. I think I'm finally ready to go it alone now, just like Sensei said I should. And maybe it's not such a big deal now if I can't grow any taller. Because what really matters is that I have you to keep me company. Bye! Gotta dash. Poof! I'm out of here! Can't catch me! And away I go! Twinjutsu! Come on out! Huh! Phew. Make my escape. Looks kinda cozy in here. Nap time! Mission accomplished. Can I go back and sleep now? Ooh, what's in here? Maybe a growth serum? What was that escape method again? I feel kind of woozy. Phew, so tired. I'll protect you. Take 5. Or maybe 10. Almost got away. Sweet dreams. My fault for being so lazy. Ow! Almost dodged that. I'm about to pass out over here. I'm so sleepy. Can I go catch up on my sleep? Drat. You caught me.
My name is Shen-He. I was born fated to bear the curse of calamity, so I am prone to bring harm to the people around me. The Adepti urged me to bind my soul with red ropes to keep my homicidal nature at bay. If you are able to walk alongside me without fear, very well. Now, give me your hand. The assumption that every person has somewhere to call home is naive. I got used to living in the mountains alongside the birds and beasts a long time ago. Mind be purged, world be saved. My pole arm doesn't distinguish friend from foe, and there is clearly a limit to the red rope's power. That's why I loathe crowded areas. In the mortal world at times like these, is it not customary to use an umbrella? The sky is clearing up, and so is my mood. I just hope no one shows up to bother me. If they do, I'll just make them disappear. In this weather, I can freeze monsters in place and simply let the lightning bolts take care of the rest. A good way to not get my clothes dirty. Yes, this reminds me of Master. She loves to ride the swift winds of Qingyun Peak. Good morning. The dew is very sweet today. Would you like some? If you feel fatigued after lunch, you should try meditating. It's very effective. Do you prefer the artificial light of the cities and towns, or the moonlight in the mountains? Feel free to rest. I'm a light sleeper. If I hear anything in the vicinity, I'll investigate it for you. For all the training I've had, honing my body and mind, learning the Adepti arts, I've mostly been guided by my own instincts. It just comes down to self-preservation. I'm not trying to save the world. So if I wipe out some evil presence and it happens to benefit you, don't thank me. It's just a force of habit. If I treat people kindly, they call me an adeptus. And if I put them in their place, they call me a witch. The one thing you'll never hear them call me is human. They all seem to agree that I'm fundamentally different from them. I rarely leave the mountains, so I was never taught proper manners. When a conflict arises, I just take care of it the way that comes naturally to me. But if you don't approve of my methods, please do let me know. even if I don't fully understand your reasoning, I will always defer to you. My master gave me these red ropes in order to restrain my impulses. But during our journey together, I feel I have finally grasped the key to all of this. Somehow, controlling my strength, knowing when to restrain myself and when to unleash, it comes more naturally to me now. I think that what saves me from myself is not my red ropes, but you. If you understand what that means to me, please stay by my side. So this shiny gemstone is called a vision? Huh. The gifts that fate brings, fate can just as easily take away. If one day my connection to this vision comes to an end, that'll be it. And the light inside of it will go out. Driving evil spirits away comes easily to me. Getting rid of my inner demons, however. Unless you can find a way to let go, all the Adepti arts and exorcism techniques in the world can't save you. Why do I always hear people say, the first snow of the season is a sight for sore eyes? We have snow every single day in the mountains. So which instance counts as the first snow? I don't understand what they mean. Please explain this to me. I have no use for the wealth that ordinary people desire. But in the hands of Lady Ningguang, wealth becomes a means of solving complex issues of the kind that no weapons could ever hope to resolve. She understands the unwritten rules of human society. She knows what's in people's hearts. Master once told me that even the Adepti aren't able to achieve this. I hold her and her work in high regard. I find I don't need to worry about etiquette with her, and unlike with some people, I don't need to rely on nonverbal cues to discern the true meaning of what she's saying. That makes me a lot more comfortable. The only problem is, there are too many people around her all the time, and I heard there's also many crew members on her ship. I need you to go with me. It's the only way I can cope with so many people. Yunjin performs... it's called Liue Opera, isn't it? I like this particular type of social interaction. You can get to know about the other person's background without having to actually interact with them one-on-one. If she ever includes your story in one of her performances, I'm sure the result will end up being quite incredible. I'm looking forward to it. I've heard many stories about her from my master. She's really quite different from how I originally imagined her. But don't worry, I'll be keeping this to myself. Speaking of Ganyu, her work in Liyue Harbor is unbelievably busy. It seems that there is a price to pay for those who want to integrate into the mortal world. It's hard for me to believe that I still have living relatives in this world. If he has any difficulties with his training, I am more than willing to help enlighten him. However, he will need to meet me alone in the mountains. Their family is too... sociable. I wouldn't know how to turn down their invitations without being impolite. I've seen him lean over to you and whisper things in your ear. If he dares threaten you, I will make sure he... You mean it's just an in-joke between friends? Genuinely? That gentleman claims to be immortal, yet is very familiar with my master, who is an adeptus. Master once said, if you see him drinking on a stone stool in front of my abode, do not disturb him. Let him sit quietly for a while. And that's precisely what I did. The quality of his medicinal herbs is as good as it gets. He is also easygoing and considerate of others. By comparison, the little snake on his neck has no filter at all. Don't worry. I didn't lift a finger against it. I won't go as far as getting into a quarrel with a snake. I often see her wandering in the woods singing strange songs. Actually, I must have heard all of her songs several times each by now. I'm used to her singing, but I still find it strange. That being said, I don't hate it either. My first impression of him was that he's not one to smile. After meeting him again more recently, however, he's still as reserved as ever, but he seems a lot more relaxed now. Maybe he met someone special. Please don't pay any heed to the way most people refer to me. I am not an adeptus and don't possess any divine abilities. I was born in a branch family of a clan of exorcists and grew up in the mountains far away from Liyue Harbor. I am but an adeptus disciple, Nothing more, nothing less. When faced with delinquents who are just out to cause trouble, most people will try to reason with them. This course of action perplexes me. Removing the root of the problem and disposing of these ill-intentioned fools seems like the obvious course of action. Why do common folks prefer the labor-intensive route? I am the apprentice of multiple adepti, and have trained alongside them. After a certain point, however, they stopped teaching me new techniques and started focusing on how to control my intense homicidal urges. Oh, don't be nervous. Yes, craters have been left in the ground, and giant trees have been uprooted. But these things only ever happen in the mountains, far away from civilization, and certainly have never affected innocent lives. Besides, I can control myself now. My father's intent was to trade my flesh and blood for my mother's life. After he abandoned me in that cave, I still held out hope that he'd come back to rescue me. 1 day went by, then 2 days, 3 days. I used every ounce of energy in my body to fight off that monster. But as I collapsed on the ground, I finally realized that the day I was waiting for would never come. To this day, I don't know which one it is. Was I abandoned because I'm cursed? Or is it the way I've been treated in life that has cursed me? Once I secretly left the mountain and returned to my childhood village without telling my master. But it was deserted, and my father had long since passed away. I suddenly realized that the bond between my relatives and I had been completely severed, and nothing that I'd ever cared about in the past could ever have a future. Ever since then, I have abandoned everything related to the mortal world. That is, until I met you. The most important aspect of meditation is stillness. Let go of all agitation, and let the air around you flow into your body. This technique allows me to quickly focus in on myself. I heard from my master that after meditating beyond a certain point, there is no need to adopt the meditation posture anymore. Adepti can meditate even when standing up. I still have much more to improve on. The fear of losing the people most important to me, and the desire to save them. This kind of feeling makes my heart ache. I've never experienced anything like it before. It's a burden, yes, but it's also something to hold on to. I've sampled numerous dishes during my time away from the mountains, but the truth is that I don't really remember how they taste. The only dish I can never forget the flavor of is that bowl of noodles I ate at home so long ago. I shouldn't have to remember that. Why do I have to remember that? Chew medicinal herbs for long enough, and you can only taste the bitterness. In all the years I trained under the Adepti, I had to abstain from all kinds of things, and to a point I got used to it. But them? The common delights of the mortal realm pose no hindrance to the Adepti. Thus, we may indulge in all manner of dishes as we please. These are the exact words my master said. This taste. Is it really meant for me? The food you cook is indisputably delicious. I can't refuse it. No matter. I'm used to this kind of flavor after all. I've been told that birthdays are important occasions for most people. They give presents to celebrate the anniversary of the other person's birth. Material possessions aren't really my thing, but the view of the starry night sky in the mountains is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I've frozen this lake and turned it into a mirror, so you can appreciate the reflection of the fleeting clouds and distant stars right up close. This is my way of celebrating your birthday. Hope you like it. The power I harness, it grows stronger. If my master were to learn about this, she'd probably have me add some more red ropes. I haven't been training as single-mindedly lately, and yet it's as if I'm growing stronger and stronger without making a conscious effort. I'm left to assume the only way for me to achieve this is by your side. I once believed that freeing my mind from all agitation was the only way to overcome. But after everything I've experienced recently, I finally understand. Only when the right things weigh on your mind can the desire to protect awaken inside of you. And that turns your power into something meaningful. Obey! Manifest! Unleash! Transfiguration! My will embodied! Take your true form! By ordinance divine! Cryo incarnate! Do your master's bidding! So, this is what the world considers to be treasure. Adepti treasures have special powers. What about mortal ones? These... things. What are they used for? You'll regret that! I shall not yield! I will wipe them out! Don't push yourself! Allow me to finish this! No escape from fate. My time has come. My curse to bear. Feeble! In your dreams! You will regret this! What exactly is teamwork? Understood. I just have to stand here, right? I will do as you command.